Dear students, in this presentation I am going to discuss about the relationship between Young's modulus, Y, rigidity modulus eta, and sigma, the Poisson's ratio. So here the diagram is very similar to the previous one which we have already discussed. So we consider a cube. So one of the face is APSD and the lower side is fixed, and we apply a force. So in this case, so it's considered the stress is given by T. So I apply force here in this direction, so along the direction AP. So the point P shifts to P dash, so this is given by X, and say A shifts to A dash, so as we have explained in the previous case. Okay, and see the length of each side is given by L units. Yes, now say if alpha and beta are the longitudinal and lateral strain coefficients produced along dP per unit stress which is applied along this direction, then so since T is the applied stress, we have the extension produced for the length dP. So what's the extension produced in the length dP due to the applied stress along this direction? So that's equal to so extension, so that's equal to T into dP into alpha. Okay, so why? Because see, we have studied that the longitudinal strain coefficient alpha, that is the longitudinal strain, so x by L, change in dimension to the original dimension, per unit stress. So longitudinal strain coefficient is the longitudinal strain, so x by L per unit stress. So that implies extension x is equal to alpha into L into T. So that's why see the extension is written as, see, since the applied stress is T, so T into, so here L is dP because the original dimension we have considered dP, so into alpha. Okay, so similarly, see the extension produced for the length dP due to the compressive stress, so that's equal to T into dP into beta. So like if I have a wire or a rod like this, so as I stretch the wire like this, so there is an extension is produced along this direction. So why? Because the molecules of this material are moving apart, that's why there is an extension. So if the diameter of the material is more, see, if the material has got higher diameter, then it can be extended to a larger limit. Okay, so that's why the extension produced for the length this dP due to the compressive stress. Okay, so that's given by, that's equal to T into dP into beta. So what's the total extension? So that's equal to the sum of the two, so that is T into dP into alpha plus beta. So here see the original dimension was dP, now it changes to dP dash. So what's the extension? That's equal to P dash x. So P dash is x is the extension produced, so P dash x. So now say we have already studied that, so let this be question number 1. We have already studied that, so this length dP, see, as per the Pythagoras theorem, that's equal to L square plus L square, that's equal to dP square. So we know that dP, that's equal to root 2 into L, so which we have already discussed. So this is equation number 2. Okay, now once again, see, from this triangle PP dash x, we know that cos angle PP dash x, so that's equal to P dash x, so divided by PP dash. So once again, see, this angle PP dash x is same as angle AP dash x. So since this extension, see this x, so that's very small, so this can be written as angle AP dash x is same as angle APD. But angle APD, see, since this angle APS is 90 degree, APD is 45 degree, so that implies cos 45 degree, so that is equal to P dash x divided by PP dash, or this implies P dash x, so that's equal to pp dash into cos 45. So that's equal to pp dash by root 2. So which we have once again already discussed. So this is equation number 3. Okay, so now we have equation number 1, 2 and 3. So just we'll relate the three equations. So that is, see, the extension produced, so t into dp into alpha plus beta, so that is equal to p dash x, but dp is root 2 into L, so t into dp, that is root 2 into L, so into alpha plus beta, so that's equal to p dash x. So what's p dash x? So that is once again from equation number 3, pp dash by root 2. But what is pp dash? That is equal to x. So that is equal to x by root 2. So we have already substituted the values, and see, now simplify. Bring this root 2 towards the left hand side. So t into 2 into L into alpha plus beta. So that should be equal to x. Okay. So t into 2 into L alpha plus beta, that's equal to x. So now we'll simplify this relation. So that is 2 into alpha plus beta, 2 into alpha plus beta, so that's equal to x divided by, so L into t. Okay, x by L into t. So let us take the reciprocal. Take the reciprocals here. So that is 1 by 2 into alpha plus beta. So that's equal to LT divided by x. Okay. Now this LT by x, that can be written as t divided by x by L. Okay. So we need to relate y, eta and sigma. See, this LT by x can be written as t divided by x by L. So that I'll get the same term back. So that is equal to t divided by, so x by L is nothing but the shearing strain in this case. So that's equal to theta. So 1 divided by 2 into alpha plus beta, that's equal to t by theta. Because see, in this diagram we have x divided by L. So x by L is nothing but theta. Okay. So we get 1 by 2 into alpha plus beta, that's equal to t by theta. So t by theta is nothing but, see, the rigidity modulus, which is eta. So on the left hand side, see, you just divide each term by alpha. So you will get 1 by alpha divided by 2 into, so alpha by alpha, that is 1, plus beta by alpha. So that's equal to eta. Okay. So what is this? So 1 by alpha is nothing but the Young's modulus, and beta by alpha, that is nothing but sigma. So I'll get 1 by alpha is equal to the Young's modulus divided by 2 into 1 plus beta by alpha, that is sigma. So that's equal to eta. So why 1 by alpha is equal to Young's modulus? Because see, we have Young's modulus y is equal to longitudinal stress by longitudinal strain, right? So this is y is equal to, so if this can be written as 1 divided by longitudinal strain per longitudinal stress. So that is 1 divided by, see, longitudinal strain per unit stress. So that is nothing but the longitudinal strain coefficient alpha. So that's why y is equal to 1 by alpha. So we get a relation, that is y divided by 2 into 1 plus sigma, that's equal to eta, which relates y, eta and sigma.